Yusheng Zhang's Yulong Farm held another hugely successful Stallion Open Day this past weekend, with hundreds of people coming to see an incredible roster of stallions near Nagambie in Victorian breeding's heartland. And one sire they most particularly wanted to see was their new son of Lord Kanaloa, Panthalassa, the earner of an incredible $21 million on the racetrack, the highest earning stallion ever to stand in Australia. Been a wonderful parade day here at Yulong Stud. It's so great to see the support that you're getting, obviously, from not only the Victorian breeders, but nationally as well. But Mr. Zhang and the entire Yulong team, you've done so much for racing and breeding in Australia. Of course, buying those brood mares with this incredible roster of stallions. It's just great to see the expansion.
Oh, it is, and that's one of the attractive things about coming across here to Yulong, was the challenge, the expansion, the intent and the drive that Mr. Zhang and his family have, everything around Yulong. And to your point earlier, it was wonderful to host so many people here and see the support and interest that people have in what we're doing.
Panthalassa, I mean, you have so many wonderful stallions, but Panthalassa, and a really exciting new addition with the two Group 1s. He's an international real star, isn't he?
Oh, he's a superstar,
But
really.
by Lord Kanaloa, the third of them now here, what's sort of different about him? What's the attraction with him for you?
He's more a middle distance horse. Obviously, his racing profile is that 1.25 mile type horse. He won 2 elite international Group 1s with a racing pattern that's very dynamic, very bold and very brash. We need to sort of broaden our bloodlines, broaden our racing profile, and that's what we're trying to do here at the Yulong, so it's fantastic.
And of course it is that great Japanese blood, but mixed with Monsieur, and that's been so successful around the world, the Japanese sire lines, and then mixed with those great sort of particularly Irish families.
Indeed, and if you can draw that sort of ability to get over a bit more of a trip, and hopefully it comes out in the pedigrees and their racing profile down the line, there's a lot of money to be won at anything above a mile here in Australia. So look, we're excited about the horse. We're going to get great support. We're obviously right behind him. We'll be sending some of our very elite broodmares to the stallion, and hopefully we can turn him into a sire of significance.
Well, Harry, there's not a day goes by that Yulong is not in the news for buying some incredible brood mares for the deeds of your stallions on the track, which has been outstanding, particularly for young stallions, and taking on a new sire for 2024 in Panthalassa. He looks magnificent here, a son of Lord Kanaloa. What were your first thoughts on seeing him?
No, he certainly is. I think beautiful was definitely the phrase that we all thought about him. Certainly a bit of Monsieur coming through, but when you're combining some of the best bloodlines of Japan, Europe, you've got the culmination of Panthalassa. So very excited to show him off. He's a quality animal. We're anticipating a lot of attention for him come the Stallion Parade.
Panthalassa crying for the line. Here is the line is desperately close.
And when you look at what he did on the track, he earned $21 million in prize money. He is the highest earning stallion to stand in Australia ever, and incredible Japanese blood. We know too how well that's worked with the Sadler's Wells sire line.
I certainly do, and when you've got a stallion that's earned 21 million, it's a great sales tag for him. Generally with these big races and they put the prize money up, the best horses turn up, and he's showing up time and time again to earn that bank. My role is a lot of time on Arian, pedigrees, matching up bloodlines, matching up sire lines, and we see a lot of Danehill now going to Lord Kanaloa, particularly from Europe. Major breeders over there are launching into Lord Kanaloa as I guess a substitute in a way for Deep Impact. Great successes coming out of that Galileo line, as you touched on, Sadler's Wells and High Chaparral and 2, and Panthalassa there with Monsieur. It's all sort of culminating into success, and can't wait to see what he can do with the mares in Australia.
Can Panthalassa keep going with Yutaka Yoshida?
Looking at that race record, we know he won the 2 Group 1s, the Dubai Turf, and as a 6-year-old he won the Saudi Cup. He won it 2. He won every season since, the Fukushima Kinnan, Group 3, second in the Tenno Show to Equinox. His race record is just outstanding to maintain that level of performance at different venues around the world.
Certainly. The best thing there is Equinox. He went toe-to-toe with a heavyweight champion like himself, world's best racehorse in a way. He's a winner at 2. He's raced on until he was 6, and to be competitive in Japan, particularly a jurisdiction that's now well known for proving elite performers. And when you're racing there from the age of 2 all the way through to 6, you need a lot of talent, you need a lot of grit, and we think he's got that in spades. And as he's proven there with his multiple Group 1 victories across shore, it also enforces his mental capacities great, his maturity's fantastic. So he really did take it to those horses internationally and in Japan. 1800 metres to 2000 metres was his go, as we've become accustomed with these Japanese horses coming down for spring carnivals, Cox Plates and all the rest. So no, off the back of those accolades that he's had in Japan, we've had a lot of mare owners contact us. They're very confident in what he's going to be able to produce for their mares, and also the types of yearlings that he's going to leave.
And physically, what does he look like here? He's quite unfurnished in a way, but what do you see when you look at him?
An amazing walk. He's got great scope. When he does walk, he drops his head, he uses himself very well, and we feel like that's put him in good stead for his racing career. He's got a great dark colour to him that's full of dapples, and we've seen a bit of a change in him in a fortnight's time, even coming out of quarantine. And I think once these stallions have a season under their belt like he did in Japan, they come down to the nice warm weather in Australia and they're feeling good. As today we've seen the sun is out quite well, so he's feeling great, he looks great, he's a superstar, he looks like a superstar, and that's the way he acts as well.
This whole stud operation and Mr. Zhang and everyone involved, it's a wonderful place to be, isn't it?
It certainly is. Speaking for myself, incredibly grateful to be at Yulong. The best part of it is seeing a lot of the international workers that have come to us, say 2 years ago, they're now returning back. That's sort of, I guess, like a business, you get repeat business, you're doing something well. So it's a young crew, incredibly well experienced, working with some of the best animals in the world. Culminate all that together, we're starting to see success on the racetrack. It's just a fantastic place to be, it's a great position and a tremendous operation to be a part of.
Obviously with our involvement and a lot of other Victorian significant investment, Victoria really is sitting very strong going forward. Some significant breeders, some big breeders, great stallion strength as well. So I think Victoria's in very good shape and very exciting, and it's great to be a part of.